Good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the Air Jordan 39 performance review. Alright, so as always, getting started with the traction. As you can see right here, this pair does have a translucent traction pattern, and it is a herringbone traction pattern on the layer on the outside, and then below that there is basically another herringbone traction pattern kind of woven within it. And how this performs on clean floors is amazing. It has a very loud squeak, it screeches super loud, and it comes to a dead stop on all of your movements. Now, where this traction pattern does struggle is on dirty floors. It collects a ton of dust, and it's basically a dust magnet. So you're gonna have to wipe every 3 or 4 plays for sure, or you will slide out from time to time. But if you're playing on like a university floor, an NBA floor, if you have something like that around you, or just a very well-maintained floor, you will be good to go. But just keep in mind it does struggle on dirtier floors, and that's why this traction pattern is going to score an 8.5 out of 10. As far as the cushioning goes, that's probably my favorite aspect of the shoe. It has full-length ZoomX from heel to toe, and directly under that, kind of wedged within the ZoomX, it does have full-length Zoom Air as well. So it is a very plush ride. Now, for one thing, the step-in comfort is great, but once this shoe starts to warm up with your foot inside of it, it's one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn on foot. The heel to toe transition is great. The insole is the same as the 38s. It's not a styrofoam-like insole, but it's kind of like almost like a memory foam insole. It's very comfortable underfoot. But that ZoomX is just something to behold underfoot. It's so plush. It's hard to explain. You just definitely need to try these on. Now, where this shoe struggles in the cushioning department is the stability. This rubber outsole that wraps up, you might think that that would cage the cushioning, but it doesn't, because everything is directly underfoot. And this rubber outsole really compresses a lot when you do heel strikes, or just when you're jumping super high and coming down hard on your heels. It causes some instability from side to side, and it makes your leg, your muscles, everything work harder to maintain that stability. That is one thing to mention. I am 6'2", about 215 pounds, and the stability of this basketball shoe from side to side with that rubber cup outsole, the ZoomX and the Zoom Air, can be unstable from time to time. But the overall comfort underfoot is absolutely amazing. I would have to say you have to try this on, and once you start playing in it, the comfort level just goes through the roof. The cushioning up front is pretty close to the floor, while the stuff at the back is a little bit higher off the floor, so you get great impact protection. Overall, I really enjoyed my time in the Air Jordan 39, and that's why it's going to score a 9.5 out of 10 as far as the cushioning goes. Just note that there is a little bit of instability from side to side at the back of the shoe. As far as the fit goes on the 39, I went with my standard size 10.5, and they do fit true to size. My toe is basically right at the end of the shoe, and I do think these are wide foot friendly because of the materials, which we will get into in a minute. But overall, it is a very snug fit. I really enjoyed the overall fit of the shoe. There's a lot of padding at the back of the shoe. The tongue is gusseted from about the midway point down where it is connected, so it's not going to twist or turn on you. And just the overall comfort and fit of this basketball shoe is superb, and that's why they're going to score a very nice 9 out of 10. Now, other than the cushioning, another aspect that I just really love with this basketball shoe is the ballistic nylon mesh. Now, it's basically the same mesh that's on the Air Jordan 11s. So it breaks in very quickly, or it really has no break-in time at all. And then the leather panels running throughout are just a nice premium touch. You have some more leather at the back. On the tongue, you do have leather that is perforated, and then you have that ballistic nylon mesh running throughout this shoe right here. The stitch work on the side are the stress marks that they did wear test with the Air Jordan 29s. They kind of painted it, and then they wore the shoe, and that's where the stress marks were. I'm not a huge fan of that design feature. I think it's more or less kind of lame, but overall, the materials on this basketball shoe really offered next to no break-in time, and it's just very comfortable on foot. And that's why the materials are going to score a very solid 9.5 out of 10. I just really like the implementation of the materials. One thing I will note is there's next to no breathability with this basketball shoe, because the only perforations you are getting is down the tongue on that leather panel. So that is one thing to note. These can get a little bit hot from time to time. As far as the weight goes for the Air Jordan 39, again, this is a US size 10.5, and they come in at 15.45 ounces, so nothing overly light, but when you have these on foot, it doesn't feel overly heavy at all. So that is one thing to note, 15.45 ounces for the Air Jordan 39 in a size 10.5. As far as the support features go in this basketball shoe, at the back of the shoe, you have a very sturdy internal heel counter, and then you have this extra external piece right here. It offers great lockdown and fit in the 39. Now, moving your way down from that, on the lateral side and on the medial side right here, you do have this kind of like plastic shank plate right here, but you don't have anything underneath. So you can more or less kind of fold the shoe in half with no support at the midfoot. So if you do need that, throw in a move insole and you will be good to go. As far as your hard lateral cuts, you do have this rubber cup outsole that does wrap up the shoe, and then you do have that leather on the eye stay running down. So on all of your hard lateral cuts, you should be good to go in the 39. My only concern was that midfoot, not having a midfoot shank plate at all. If you're a bigger player, you might want to reconsider. And then at the bottom of the shoe, you do have somewhat of a wide and stable base. Really no outrigger right here at all, but overall, I really didn't have any issues for myself. But again, if you're a bigger player, you know, over 220 pounds, like a 6'7" guy, you're really gonna like the comfort, but you might be lacking in the support department. So that's going to do it for today's performance review on the Air Jordan 39. Sound off in the comments if you guys have scooped these up and what you guys think of this basketball shoe. Keep in mind, these do retail for 260 Canadian dollars, 200 or 250 USD, depending where you're grabbing them. And overall, the design features of this shoe, in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't really care for the aesthetics at all. And I would just say wait for these to go on sale because the price point is absolutely insane. But keep in mind, you're gonna get a ton of underfoot comfort on the Air Jordan 39. I did enjoy my time in these. I just don't think it's worth the price tag. But sound off in the comments what you guys think of the Air Jordan 39 thus far. But like I said, that's going to do it for today's performance review. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that definitely helps the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time.
Look, I'm in line with the stars, I'm in sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, light up ties in a hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, do that ass survive, doing 80 to the house, then I hit it to the sky, change haters on a tirade.